Hey baddies, first and foremost, I actually put brows on for y'all today. So forgive me for giving y'all a bare ass beat face on the last episode, but we are back and we are better. On this week's episode, I'm going to be talking to you all about trusting your journey. If you're anything like me right now, and if the collective conscience is a real thing in this moment, you may be feeling like you're having a love-hate relationship with your journey. So that's why I wanted to do this episode or speak about this topic on this week's episode of From Corporate to Be Bad. So if you're interested in watching, stay tuned. So the first topic that I kind of wanted to bring to you all in terms of trusting your journey is the idea that you cannot skip the process. Let me say that one more time. You cannot skip the process. So I was in this space where I was just like, I wasn't saying fuck the process per se, but I was kind of just in a space of, I thought that I was smarter than the process. I thought that if I laid this strategic, absolutely amazing foundation, that the process didn't apply to me and that it was not applicable. But the process slapped me and was like, girl, you you need to pay your dues, sis. Like, you've been doing all this and you felt like you could not pay your dues, but you absolutely have to pay your dues. So coming from all that, what I'm saying is that you cannot skip the process, and even just in a very technical way of not being able to skip the process. From me and what it is that I'm doing, I'll be very transparent. I try to skip the coaching stage and go directly to automation. I'm looking around at the girls who got the automated shit on their site and they waking up to money, and I'm feeling like, well, I want to wake up to some money too, but sis, you cannot skip the process. So for me, it's just like taking a step back, doing some coaching, and I've been doing a lot of coaching here lately, actually, and I'm thinking about rolling out some additional things in that particular area. But saying all that to say, understanding that there is some more work that needs to be done on a foundational level so that I can get to the stage of waking up to money from having my automations and my systems in place. So please understand that there are specific stages of the process that you cannot skip. And I feel like leading into what the next thing I'm going to be talking about is how we have this instant gratification culture. I feel like that's where that comes from for us, because we see it, we see people on it, we see people doing it, and we feel like we have to have it. Even when we think about it in terms of our technology that we have now, technology is serving us in a way so that we can have things more at our fingertips. When you think about it, I mean, y'all, literally just a couple decades ago, or a decade or so ago, the girls didn't have no internet. We had no social media. People did not know what was happening on the other side of the world just immediately. So I feel like with the advances in technology that are supporting our needs and desires to have things very instantaneously is what's leading us to feel like we can skip out on said processes, or what's leading us to feel like the process is too long, whatever that means, because everybody's process looks different. So there is no exact timing on what your process is actually going to look like. Be honest with yourself about where you are along your journey. You can do what you need to do for the streets. You can need to do what you need to do for your parents and your friends and whatever else is happening out there. But at the end of the day, when you're looking at your checkbook or whatever else is going on, you need to be very, very honest with yourself about what stage your business is in, what stage your brand, company, whatever it is that you're watching this and this is identifying with you and hitting you in that moment. Understanding where you are within that journey and being very honest with yourself. And once you identify where you are within that journey, then you can kind of understand how to strategically move forward in that journey, especially if you're like a very research driven person like me. I'm constantly trying to understand or fill the gaps of what it is that I don't know. So within this stage that I'm in right now, going back to what I was saying about me trying to go directly to automations, I've been getting my Jerisha Hawk on. Shout out to her. She's absolutely amazing. Emily De La the crew, she's absolutely amazing too. But just looking at the people who are giving out information about how to build successful businesses from the foundational perspective, how to implement those sales funnels, etc., so on and so forth. So using and being honest with myself about where I'm at on my journey so that I can get further in that journey and do it the right way. And the right way, because what the fuck does that even mean anyway, right? But right meaning you're doing it so that you can have a business in the next 10 years or next year or whenever, because you're not just skipping steps in your process and leaving cracks in your foundation. One thing that I'm working on doing right now, and if you follow any of my other content, you will have seen me talk about it on multiple platforms, but the idea of kind of like being present and celebrating my now and also living within my now. I feel like because in my mind, I wear this S on my chest and I feel like I can do everything. And I place this immense pressure on myself to do everything literally right now. But because of that, I do not take the time to celebrate my wins in the moment. I don't take the time to be grateful for where I am right now, even though where I am right now is exactly where I can't say that in this moment because I didn't think I'd be here. I didn't think I was going to quit my job. But saying all that to say, like, where I am within my business, is somewhere where I had longed to be only a couple of months ago. Like yesterday I sat down, it was kind of looking at my monthlies and tracking down my actuals and understanding where I'm at. And when things were just kind of sliding in, it just, because I don't want to call them twos and fews, but because they're coming from here and there in like different buckets, it doesn't really feel like it's a lot. But when you add them up, you're kind of like, okay. So I had looked at those numbers yesterday and I was feeling like, wow, like I took some time to just really be proud of myself. I mean, to be grateful to be in the space, to have the knowledge, to even be able to do what it is that I'm doing, to have this gift and to be able to pass this gift off, to be grateful first and foremost for that. But then also to be just celebratory of myself for sticking through the crazy season that was fall for me, or winter really, and pushing through all of that and arriving on the other side to where I feel like I was when I was looking at those numbers. So taking some time to celebrate that present moment. Is it where I want to be a year from now? Absolutely not. But that's okay, because it's where I'm at right now, and I'm taking strides right now to be that in the present. I feel like sometimes we disconnect the idea of what we're doing right now can affect what it is that we do in the present, and we want to press fast forward. We're not realizing that this moment right now is leading to that epic moment that you want to happen in the future, that you're banking on, that you're praying on, that you're waiting on. This right now is a moment that we can utilize to make steps towards being in that space. So with that, I think that's pretty much everything I wanted to bring y'all. So trusting that journey, being present in that journey, celebrating yourself along that journey. There's going to be so many ups and there's going to be so many downs. And when you have those downs, it's easy to slip into a space of not wanting to continue along that journey. So that's why it's so important to keep yourself encouraged and also to celebrate those wins so that that celebratory feeling can last you when those down moments do come, because they will come. And that's something that we can't skip out on, of course, because we can't skip the process. So thank you so much for tuning into this episode of From Corporate to Be Bad. I really hope you could take some nuggets from it. I hope that it encouraged you to stay encouraged during your journey of entrepreneurship or wherever you are in your life right now. So thank you so much again for tuning in, and I will see you all next week.